What's up, homies? This is Roder MMA Bet, and this is arguably the most comprehensive and profitable betting channel on YouTube. I have experience of betting MMA and the UFC for more than 9 years, and I'll be here sharing my strategy for the upcoming events, and in this case, I'll be doing the full card predictions for UFC 258, Usman versus Burns. I'll be soon telling how I'm betting this card and give you guys the breakdown. Please bear with me until the end, also if you want to hear the past results. Before proceeding though, please be aware that this is how I'm laying my money. If you want to follow anything that I'm saying here, be aware that this is your choice, and hence you're fully responsible and accountable. In the description there is a disclaimer. Please read it before proceeding. This is a hobby of mine, and I'm trying to help you guys to maximize your profit and cover your losses. This is a great example. I'm doing an early upload here, so you guys can take the best odds and do your bets. And I'm always trying to improve, guys, and bring the best breakdowns. And if you'd like to support the channel, now I have my Patreon account. There's the link in the description. You guys can support me there. Or there's my email offer if you'd like to give me a donation through PayPal, an international donation. All right? Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and also subscribe and share with your friends. And for those that are familiar to my channel, this is means something to you. This is how I'm laying my money. And this is my betting strategy actually. So let's go one by one here. Belal Muhammad versus Dhiego Lima. The odds hasn't been released yet, but I would take a bet if these prop bets come in favor. These numbers come for Muhammad or this number for Dhiego Lima. Miranda Maverick versus Gillian Robertson. I'm picking betting Robertson. I think this is a great bet, guys. I'll be soon covering with the breakdown. This comes as a medium quality bet for me. Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. I'm picking Usman. I'm not betting this fight. Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinish. I'm picking Gastelum. I'm throwing Gastelum in a small parlay. I only have % of my money, but I'm putting Gastelum in a parlay with the other guys. Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. I'm picking Hall. I'm not betting this fight. Philip Rose versus Gabriel Green. I'm picking. What I'm picking here? I don't remember. Probably it's Green, but I'm not betting this fight. Julian Marquez versus Maki Pitolo. I'm picking Marquez. I'm not betting this fight. Alexa Grasso versus Maycee Barber. I'm picking and betting Barber. Also a median bet, in my opinion. Great bet on great chances for Barber as an underdog here. Jimmie Rivera versus Pedro Muhoz. I'm picking Rivera. I'm not betting this fight. And Polyana Viana versus Mallory Martn. This is by far one of the best bets, in my opinion, for the entire month maybe. I'm throwing 6.5% of my money on Polyana Viana. I was thinking this is a high, quality bet, but I'm keeping it as a medium, but it's a massive potential profit on Polyana Viana. To me, she's a heavy favorite. I'll explain why. Rodolfo Vieira versus Anthony Hernandez. I'm picking and betting, throwing Vieira on a parlay with 1.5% of my money. All right, so let me break this card down for you guys. Please bear with me. I'm gonna try to make this quite concise, so we don't extend too much in this video. And I also don't think that this is the final card for the event, so stay tuned. I'll be adding comments, or I'll make a new video once they finalize the card. All right, so Miranda Maverick versus Gillian Robertson. As I was saying, guys, in my opinion, Robertson should be the favorite in this matchup. For some reason, she's the underdog. So how do I see this matchup? Miranda Maverick, she's a pretty decent striker in terms of offensive. She likes to throw 1-2s. She likes to get inside, try to be a volume girl. But she comes in straight lines. Like I said, she's not doesn't have that much speed, power, not so many combinations. In terms of this defensive, she's a little bit better than Gillian. She moves better, hits some angles, can counter. Whereas Gillian is quite similar to Miranda in this regard. And that is, she comes like in straight lines, doesn't pack that much power, but her technique is improving. I was considering maybe 4-star for her, but at the end I went with 3 because I don't think she has developed enough yet on her striking. In terms of grappling, Miranda does a pretty good job on the wrestling. Decent grappler, also not easy to take down, not easy to hold down. But the grappler in this matchup is definitely Gillian. Gillian, she's an elite BJJ player. She's very dangerous with the submissions. She can chain submissions, can, sweep. She can control. Her wrestling is also pretty good. She can chain wrestle a little bit. So she's definitely the better grappler here. She's the way more experienced grappler and overall fighter. In terms of consistency and toughness, Miranda Maverick is still proving herself. I'm giving her 4-star, even though she's quite tough. But I have seen the toughness of Gillian Robertson. I like it, and I like her game plan. So for me, she's 5-star in this What does Maverick have to do to win this one? She has to use simple boxing combinations, avoid the clinch and try to outstrike Gillian Robertson, but like I said, it's quite close in this regard. Now Robertson, she has to bring the fight to the ground. She's the better wrestler and the grappler. She can use more kicks than Miranda because she's probably not afraid to be taken down and go to work on the ground. Like I said, I think Gillian is a good favorite here. I'm putting a bet on Gillian. I may even increase a little bit of what I put. And I see some money come on Robertson. That's why I'm also uploading this video early, so you guys can take this bet right away if you agree with me here. All right. So in terms of, I'm picking Robertson by submissions. These are the prop bets that I would be taking a look. And guys, feel always free to pause the video, read these comments that I put here. I think they're worth your time. All right. Philip Rose versus Gabriel Green. This is a pretty tough fight to call. Rowe is the guy who's very tall for the division, 6'3" or 6'4". He's also very long, whereas Gabriel Green's a more compact guy, strong guy. But the way they match up, Rowe, he's pretty good when he goes with the 1-2s, but that's pretty much it. I'm giving him 3 stars. I could give 4, especially on the offensive part. But the problem with this guy, for some reason, he doesn't use the reach very well. He doesn't throw that much volume. So that's why I'm going with 3 stars here. Gabe Green's a little bit tougher to hit. He doesn't have much range, but he's tougher to hit. He counters leg kicks, overhand, so he's a little bit better technically there. Offensive and defensive grappling, Phil Rose is pretty poor in this regard, not the best takedown defense. He doesn't know how to grapple, struggles to get back up. And the Gabe Green is not the best himself, but he's a little bit better than Phil Rose. And in terms of consistency and toughness, I think they're pretty much the same. Both of these guys are quite tough, especially Gabe Green. I like his heart, I like his will to win the fight. Rowe has to use straight punches, use his massive range, avoid grappling. And do not back up straight, be careful with the chin. His chin is always up, that's why Gabe Green could land his overhand right. So he has to tuck his chin, Rowe has, but yeah, Green has to feint, draw the attacks, and get inside, make it a dogfight, brawl. And I would say for him to take this fight to the ground, like I said, Phil Rose is quite a little bit lost on the ground. All right, so actually, this is a copy from a previous slide. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Apologize for the interruption. So my pick is Green by decision, and I would take these prop bets, guys, and always feel free to pause the video here to read those comments. Belal Muhammad versus Dhiego Lima. Interesting fight. I think the line gonna come pretty high on Belal Muhammad. This fight has been moved from a previous card. I don't remember now which. And the Muhammad was 3-1 favorite. Lima was the underdog, plus 250 or something. And Muhammad is a pretty good striker. I like the way he moves forward. Good overhands, good jabs. He's quite patient. Uses leg kicks, body kicks, can go to the head. So a good mix between strikings and grappling also. He's an excellent wrestler, very, very high level. Very good chain wrestling. He's deceptive, he's strong. He can grapple pretty good, He's good taking the back. He's good doing damage. He's good rolling, controlling, taking guys back down. So he's very good in this regard. Dhiego Lima, he's a very good fighter himself, I'm giving him three stars on the offensive because he doesn't move forward too well. He doesn't quite know when to, use his range, control. But defensively, he's pretty good, he's composed. He has a good left hook or right overhand behind. He times very good his head kicks, so he's better defensively rather than offensively. And on the grappling, he's a superior BJJ player. But if Muhammad is from top, Muhammad would be better. If Dhiego is from the top, Dhiego would be better. And Dhiego is a little bit better from his back, but still I'm giving 4 stars in this department here. And in terms of game plans and toughness, the advantage goes to Muhammad because everybody probably knows the Dhiego Lima's problem, which is his chin and his resistance. I think he does everything right, but he doesn't have the physical attributes, at least in terms of his chin. And I don't mean bad, no disrespect to him, just analyzing the fight here. All right, so Muhammad has to put on the pressure, make it ugly, because like I said, he's the superior. I could say that he has a little bit more power. Actually, it's pretty even, but if he lands, I think Dhiego Lima gonna feel much more. Whereas Lima has to, bring the strong defense, you know, make him miss, make him pay, kick, you know, his arms to slow him a little bit down, you know, and basically try to control the range. You know, he's a much taller guy, 6'2" against 5'11", more ranger, 76 inches against 72, 73, I don't know. But still, he has to use his range and control and try to edge on a decision. You know, I think would be the safest bet for Lima, or take him down. You know, if Lima can somehow take Muhammad down, but I think it's quite tough because Muhammad is such an elite wrestler. All right, so the pick is Muhammad by TKO, and these are the prop bets that I would be taking a look at, and these are the comments for you guys to pause the video and read. Julian Marquez versus Maki Pitolo. Guys, honestly, this is more like a brawl type of fight, more like entertaining fight, not too much from a technical standpoint, not the best fight ever, but still. Julian Marquez is a guy that likes to move forward. I'm giving 4-star here because when he starts going, he's a very strong guy. You can see by the picture probably. He like the jab, the overhand, the uppercuts, you know, when he starts going, he's very dangerous, you know. In the defensive part, he's not that good, you know, even though he tries to brawl, holds his ground. Some can time a little bit his strikes, you know, his counters, but not the best, gets hit quite a lot. And Maki Pitolo, he's also, you know, on the offensive part, he's actually pretty good. I like his jabs, overhands. He also kicks a little bit. I think he has a good switch kick, a leg kick. A little bit tougher to hit, hits angles better, overhands, you know, so pretty even on the striking part, as you guys can see. Julian Marquez has problems, you know, with his takedown defense. He has a strong guillotine, you know, but that's pretty much it. Rather than that, you know, he uses his strengths to get up, which is not that good. And Maki Pitolo is a little bit more technical, you know, does a little bit better job, and he's a strong guy himself, you know. He's more like athletic, you know, like faster rather than like a strong man, but still he's quite strong himself, you know. He's also pretty young. So in terms of game plan and consistency, I'm giving 4-star for Julian Marquez, and he's super tough. This is hands down. And I'm giving 3 stars here for Maki Pitolo. I don't like much his game plans. He kind of brings a striking strategy, but you know, for some reason he doesn't use that effectively. He also doesn't time his wrestling as good as he should and he could. He's also not a bad wrestler like I'm putting here. He can grapple, but he takes too much time to start shooting. He starts getting hit, then he shoots, you know, so he doesn't have the best game plan. And actually I'm giving 3 stars here. I think it was not fair from my side, so apologize for that, but he's not as tough, you know, as Julian Marquez, but he's definitely a 4-star. He's a tough guy himself. Alright, so Julian Marquez has to basically bring the pressure, you know, and defend the takedowns. And I would like to see Pitolo fighting smart, fighting technically, and bring this to the ground, right? So my pick here, okay, I'm sorry about this again. Alright, I'm back. So Marquez by decision, I'm picking him by decision. And in terms of bet, I would go, you know, either way of these guys by decision. This may surprise some of you that I'm picking by decision, even though these guys could brawl, because they are both very tough, and I think after Pitolo starts feeling the power, he's gonna try to fight smarter, you know. So that's why I'm picking by decision, but I'm also interested in this prop bets here, all right? And pause the video here so you guys can read this. I think it's worth your time. Mallory Martn versus Polyana Viana. I said in the beginning of the video, I think Polyana Viana is the best bet, you know, probably for the months of everything I've seen. I think she's gonna dominate the fight. Let me just break this down for you guys. Mallory Martn, she's a pretty decent striker, I can say. She tries to move forward with the 1-2s, the left hook, the uppercut. Tries to put up volume, but she doesn't have the best reach. She also comes in straight lines, you know, doesn't have much speed or power. Defensively, I don't like her, you know, again, I don't mean bad to anyone here, guys. I'm just analyzing the way I see things. I don't like her defensively. I think she, you know, she holds the ground, she starts getting hit, she doesn't move, she doesn't, you know, hit angles, slips the shot. She kind of tries to brawl, but again, she doesn't have the reach and the speed and the power, so I'm giving her 2 stars. For grappling, she's a pretty decent wrestler, but it's at a decent level, like I said, not like chain wrestling, not that strong, explosive, you know, not much grappling. She can grapple a little bit, you know, but I'm giving her 3 stars regardless. Her game plans also I question a little bit, because I think sometimes she brings a good game plan, at times not, so that tells me that she doesn't have much of a good strategy in fights. She may, you know, be improving that, but still I haven't seen much. She tries to, you know, strike a little bit too much when she could, you know, use more clinch and this type of things, you know, so doesn't time things very well, so all of this. But she's a very tough girl, you know, she's, I'm giving her 4-star, even though she has a huge heart to win the fights, but she doesn't have the size or the strength, alright? Now, Polyana Viana, I'm giving her 4 stars as striking. I would give her 5 stars if I see that she's gonna bring the consistency, you know, because this girl, she has very good, you know, 1-2s, she's very sharp, she's, you know, has good power, she has great knees, you know, head kicks, switch kick, her switch kick is elite, guys, it's very fast and it's right to the liver, and she can throw uppercuts, she can go elbows, knees, like I said, you know, defensively she's not the best because she holds the chin very up, you know, this is one of her main problems, I'll tell the other in a second. So the problem that I have with Polyana Viana, the chin is very up and she doesn't move much, you know. So this is one of her problems. But guys, the ground game is just ridiculous. She's an elite grappler. I know she got submitted in the UFC against Veronica Macedo, but she got caught there, you know, and it can happen. But still, she's an elite grappler, and she can chain submissions, you know, leg locks, and then she can sweep. She can go, you know, triangles, arm bars. She's a very good back taker. She's very good, you know, with the chokes. She's strong. So she's an elite grappler. Defensively, she doesn't do quite enough. That's why I'm not giving her 5-star. I would like to see her more active from her back, but still, she's an elite grappler, like I said. Repeated that many times. All right. So the second problem that I said about Polyana Viana, consistency. For some reason, her first 2 fights in the UFC were pretty bad. She kind of holds back herself, didn't quite fight, didn't show her, you know, will and heart to win the fights. But then she came again and started, you know, fighting more aggressive in the last couple of fights. And the reason I think she's a very strong favorite is because of that. I think she's gonna come with a good game plan. She's gonna try to, you know, pressure Mallory Martn. She's gonna use her size, her strengths, and gonna bring to the ground. Gonna finish this pretty quickly. That's my prediction for the fight. All right, so I'm giving her 5 stars. I would maybe the hard part not so much, but still she's such an elite fighter, a big girl for the division and whatnot. So skilled that I think this somehow has to shine here. All right, so Martn, if she's gonna win this fight, to me she has to, you know, make it ugly and hold Polyana, frustrate her, wear her down, and no way to get to the mat against this girl. Now Viana, she has basically, you know, to adjust the chin. She has to use her long combinations, force the mistakes, use her superior strength and power, and just go for takedowns and finish there in the ground. All right, so this is my confident pick, Viana by submission. My confident pick is Viana by submission. I think it's a good likelihood, but it's still, she can finish by submission, TKO, decision, any round. So that's why, one more reason, Viana is an excellent bet, in my opinion. Okay, the disclaimer is there. Don't forget about the disclaimer. And if you want to bet Martn, I would say go for decision. I would bet Martn myself, you know, as a cover bet, if I can get these lines. All right, so yeah, I think that's it for this fight, guys. And again, pause the video. You guys can read these comments. I think they're worth your time. Jimmie Rivera versus Pedro Muhoz, another very good fight. Great level. Both of these guys quite similar fighters actually, because both very good, very powerful with the hooks. Little bit different styles. Pedro Muhoz is a guy that, you know, it's a very, very good offensively, throw good volume, good push kicks, you know, tip kicks to the head, hooks. You know, I'm not giving him 5-star because he doesn't have that much speed, even though he has power, so could be even 5-star. And defensively, he's not the best. The chin is up. He gets hit quite a lot, but still, he swings back. The chin is just unreal. And that's why I'm giving him 3 stars. Rivera, very powerful guy himself. You know, offensively, he doesn't throw enough. That's why he's not 5-star. But defensively, he's much better than Pedro Muhoz. He's tough to hit. Tucks his chin, you know, uses good his hooks. But he's not, he could do better, like swing more with his opponents, use his superior strengths a little bit better. That's why he's 4-star. In terms of grappling, this is Pedro Muhoz's department. I'm giving him 5-star in both regards because this guy is just nasty. You know, in terms of offensive grappling, he's a guy who puts pressure. He can control. He can take guys down, take their back. And in terms of defensive, that the guillotine is just ridiculous. He also very strong. He pushes guy out. He sweeps. You know, so he's an elite. grappler. Rivera is a good grappler himself, you know. He's a very good wrestler. I could give him even 5-star on the offensive part. I like the way he floats from top, his control. But he doesn't have much BJJ, that's why I'm giving him 4 here, 3 here, because he's not the best from his back, even though it's very difficult to take him down and hold him down. You know, I don't think Muhoz is going to be able to do that. And in terms of game plans, both of these guys very good game plans. I think Muhoz is a little bit tougher, that's why I'm giving him 5-star. So guys, this is a close fight, but I think Rivera is a little bit more polished, gets hit a little bit less, that's why I'm picking him. But still, Rivera has to anticipate the shots, has to feint, you know, and throw more combos, you know, start landing the chin, accumulate damage. I don't know. At some point, Pedro Muhoz has to deteriorate that chin. You know, it's just unreal how much damage these guys take. So I don't know. Rivera can even test the chin a little bit to see if it still holds up. And Muhoz has to get inside, you know, use his calf kicks, blast body kicks. I don't think Rivera gonna try to take him down and make it a dog fight and jump the guillotine, you know. I think if he brings to the ground, even from the bottom, I think Muhoz is so dangerous that he has better chances. So the pick is Rivera by decision. I would take these prop bets, and you guys can always read these things that it's worth your time. Rodolfo Vieira versus Anthony Hernandez. This fight moved from another card. So Vieira, on the striking part, he's pretty average, you know. He tries to do the correct thing, like tucking the chin, trying to throw straight punches. He still doesn't have the rounds, the experience for that. He comes in straight lines, you know, doesn't have the best timing on things. Defensively, he gets hit quite a lot, which worries me a little bit on this fight. But on terms of the ground, guys, this guy is just unreal. You know, he's a very good wrestler, you know, very, very good. And the BJJ is just elite, guys. Take this guy to the ground, you're done, you know, basically. That's it. Or if he takes you down, obviously, right? And in terms of heart and will and the size, this guy is a complete pack. He used to be a champion as a heavyweight in the BJJ. Now he's a middleweight, so you guys can see how much power, how much strength this guy's back, all right? So Anthony Hernandez, he's a good striker, you know, especially offensive. When he starts teeing off, he's pretty dangerous. Good 1-2s, uppercuts, left hooks, gets inside, puts pressure on guys. I'm giving him 4-star because of that. But yeah, the rest, guys, it's pretty average, to be honest. You know, defensively, he gets hit quite a lot. Not much wrestling, not much grappling. Quite tough guy, not bad strategies. But still, I think this fight it's a Vieira's fight. If he doesn't get knocked out in the first round, which there is a decent chance for this to happen, you know, I would put a cover bet on Hernandez, like if you can, like I'll be showing there soon. Still, I think Hernandez has some chance on the round 1, but if not, it's Vieira all day. But I think Vieira gonna be able to time the takedowns, take this guy down and finish him. All right. So, like I said here, Vieira has to wait. I would say that's smarter for him to wait, make this guy commit, then he shoots, and then he goes to work. And Hernandez has to frustrate him, you know, use his power, be ready with the takedown, make him make a mistake, come back with the right hand, you know, keep doing, and avoid them at all costs, all right? So it's Vieira by submissions. Hernandez TKO in round 1 would be the best bet, maybe plus 1,000 if you can get that, go for it. And the rest for me, it's Vieira all day, all right? And always feel free to pause here, you guys can take a look. Kelvin Gastelum versus, this is, just got a blank, guys, give me a second here, I'll fix this and come back. Okay, so this is Ian Heinish. So how do these guys match up? Kelvin Gastelum, pretty good striker, you know. I'm giving 4-star offensively and defensively, mainly because he doesn't have much reach, much power, you know, but he does everything right. Besides that, you know, good straight punches, short uppercuts, overhands, good kicks to the legs, you know. Defensively, tough guy to hit, good angles, you know, times his overhand very well, and tough to hit and whatnot, you know. And Heinish, on the offensive part, pretty decent, but, you know, straight lines, chin up, not that much power, that's why he's getting 3 stars. Defensively, quite poor, gets hit quite a lot, doesn't move much. After getting hit, he gets a little bit confused, so I'm giving him 2 stars. And Gastelum, I'm giving him 4 stars here because he's a good wrestler, but he's definitely a good grappler. The problem with this guy, again, he's a little bit undersized for the middleweight division, you know, even though he missed weight so many so much as a welterweight. That's why he's a middleweight. But still, he's a little bit undersized, quite short limbs. That's why, physically it's difficult for him. But still, he's a very good in terms of technique. And Heinish, decent wrestling, quite good, even nothing outstanding. And from his back also struggles a little bit. So I'm giving him 3 stars. And in terms of game plan, Kelvin Gastelum is a master on that. He really makes close fights against guys that you would assume he would lose bad, like a Jacare Souza. He won that fight. Who else he fought that? Weidman. He got a Weidman a run for his money. So this guy's been proving himself so much. Has such a good game plans, and he's such a great fighter, Kelvin Gastelum, that I'm giving him 5-star here and 4-star here. All right, Ian Heinish always fights the same style, not much creativity and whatnot. And he's quite tough, but still he's a little bit more limited technically. Gastelum has to use straight punches, jabs, control the range, and defend the takedowns, land his power shots. And if he can take Heinish down, he would dominate actually. So it'd be a good strategy for Gastelum to take him down. I put avoid the cage and the mat, but defensively, offensively he should shoot. And Heinish has to put on the pressure, force a mistake, hold him there, use his more physical skills, and hold, Gastelum there, try to get the damage from the top, all right? So the pick is Gastelum by decision, and as I put there, I'm putting a bet on Gastelum. Actually, I'm going to increase that. So let's do a wrap up soon, and then I will show you guys how I'm increasing it. And these are other prop bets, and always pause the video here. You can read the comments. I think they're worth it. And then we have Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. Great fight. I am a fan of both of these guys. They are, on the... I can say that they're on a decline, maybe. Actually, this is an interesting part for Uriah Hall. He's the same age as Weidman. He's still improving, and he's still so physically dominant, So this is interesting. Whereas Weidman, you can see that his body's not the same anymore. All right, so how do these guys match up? Hall is an excellent striker, Technique, creativity, power, speed. He's the whole pack. Why he's not 5-star? Because of his activity. He doesn't throw enough. Actually, I'm gonna give him 5-star defensively because he's so good defensively. He's tough to hit and he's so creative. Guys throws flying knees, and overhands, whatever. Jabs. This guy's sensational defensively. He's pretty tough to hit. But offensively, like I said, he doesn't have much volume. He's not much of a grappler. He doesn't want to be, because he's so excellent here. And his game plans are quite poor because he doesn't have the interest to be a wrestler or to do something else rather than strike, because he loves striking. He's so excellent there. And but he's a very tough guy. Weidman, I'm giving 3 stars, in striking. This may surprise some of you. And the reason is he has nothing, outstanding, to be honest. Good jab, good straight right hand, but not much volume. He also exposes himself. Sometimes he crashes distance, head goes forward first. So he can be countered, he can be timed. Defensively, he gets hit quite a lot. The chin is not the same, so I'm giving him 3 stars there. Even though he tried to improve a lot, he improved a lot throughout the years, but still, he's still on the 3-star rating, in my opinion, 3.5 maybe here, right? So, but in terms of grappling, guys, this guy is elite. He's an elite wrestler. He's a strong guy, and the BJJ is on point. He's a quite long guy for the division too. So he's a very tough guy, from the top. His ground and pound is just ridiculous too. Good power, elbows, all type of shots. Defensive grappling, he's pretty good. I'm not giving 5-star because he doesn't have that much activity. But still, he's a very good grappler, like I said. And I like his game plans. I could give him 5 stars a game plan. So let me do that, actually. He has excellent game plans. But his problem is a little bit his chin, And yeah, he's a little bit on a decline, right, guys? So I'm picking Hall. And what does Hall has to do to win this fight? He has to use the straight punches. Has to, avoid the cage and the mat. That's what he wants to do, And Weidman has to do the opposite, put the pressure, use lots of kicks, especially to the arms, because he has so much, wrestling, grappling advantage. He would be, not smart to use the body kicks, especially to the arms, and force his mistake and shoot. So I was back and forth here. Actually, I picked Weidman here. Interesting. Okay, so I forgot about that. I'm sorry, I apologize. So my pick was Weidman, and I'm betting. I would be betting Weidman by decision if I can get these lines, but Hall is the one that most likely can finish Weidman. Only if Weidman could finish Hall in the ground, which I think is quite tough because this guy is so strong and athletic that it's tough to hold him down even though he doesn't have much technique, alright? So feel free to pause and read the comments here. The co-main event, we have Alexa Grasso versus Maycee Barber. Grasso, she's a girl that I'm giving her 3 stars for striking. This may surprise some of you because she's known as a boxer. But guys, it's not that impressive, if I'm gonna analyze this, more bluntly, because she tries to use some, some jabs, some straight hands, some left hooks, but she's kind of weary with her strikings, When she starts getting hit, she kind of backs down, so she doesn't have that much confidence. When she starts getting off, it's easy, obviously, because she's winning, and the other girl's not doing anything, so she comes creative, she goes with the hooks, with the knees, and whatnot. But still, when she starts, facing some challenges, I don't see much technique and much, I don't know, quality to get over that. Defensively, she also doesn't move that much. She's quite easy to hit, to be honest. She uses the footwork, but it's not in an effective way. She skirts the cage too much, and when the opponent starts throwing, she gets a little bit confused. That's why she's 3 stars here, right? In terms of grappling, she's also quite decent from top, especially, So I could give her 4-star here maybe, but the thing is that she doesn't have much wrestling, and also not that much impressive. It's not like she's like elite technique, and she's not that fast as well, So yeah, maybe 3.5 stars here would be fair her a little bit better. And she has quite good game plans, I give her that, and she's a very tough girl, right? Maycee Barber, her best attribute is by far her offensive striking. This girl, she packs lots of power. She's very accurate, so the right hand comes as a piston to the temple, to the chin, good jabs. She, uses the kicks very well to the body, switch kick, head kick. She pulls back, she goes hard with the pull too. She throws lots of combos. So offensive, this girl is elite. She's an elite offensive striker. For defensive, not so much. She holds the ground too much, gets hit quite a lot, chin fairly up. So you guys saw that against Roxanne Modafferi. She starts getting hit. She doesn't know much what to do. So the defensive part is tough for her, but she makes up on the offensive one, hands down. Not much of a grappler, even though on the clinch I like her. I like her clinch offensive game. She has good head position, good control, but she doesn't have much grappling or much wrestling, at least as far as I have seen. I think as long as I talk this, I remember that I heard someone saying that she's a good grappler. Still, I'm giving her this rating here. Maybe after this fight I'll change. All right, so in terms of consistency and game plan, I like her, and she's a very tough girl. She's really, really tough. I think she got something broken in Roxanne Modafferi fight. She was still swinging with one arm or something, so she's definitely a tough girl. Grasso, she has to, pressure, and try to bring the fight to the ground. I think would be the best game plan for Grasso, because she's gonna try to bang with Barber, which I think she will try in the beginning. I think she's gonna start getting caught, and she's gonna, feel the power, gonna get disoriented, and I think she's gonna get finished here. All right. So I would say for Barber, just try to polish a little bit her defense, use more angles, and just avoid the mat and go for a break here using her power. That she's gonna probably dominate this. So the pick is, so let me fix this. All right, I'm back. So the pick is Barber. I'm picking her by the decision, but to me it's so close. A decision to a TKO. I'm quite confident on Barber here. I think the TKO is also very likely, but still I'll be picking Barber by decision. And I would take any of these girls by decision. This line I think is nearly impossible, but I think you may find this line of Barber by TKO. Can happen any round. I think probably round 2 would be the one more likely, but can happen in the first and the third. Still, I think Barber has a good favorite matchup for her here, right? So the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns, and I have this wrong again. Alright guys, so as I say, like I'm always improving. This is something improving that I have to do, right? Take a look on things before presenting. So listen guys, how do these guys match up? They are both 4-star strikers, you know. The reason is Usman, he's a little bit more basic on the feet, likes more like the 1-2s, the uppercuts, but he has a good deal in volume. He's also tough, not that tough to hit, but still he likes to throw with opponents. He's a long guy, he controls range pretty well, so that's why he's 4-star. Whereas Dhiego, he's more like I like the way he throws. He's much more, you know, polished in this regard. Better leg kicks, calf kicks, good jabs, power punches. You know, when he goes like when he blitzes, he's really nasty. So I could actually give him 5-star, you know, as a striker. But the problem why I put 4-star before is because I was thinking that he doesn't throw much volume, you know. But still, he's an elite striker, you know. Defensively, he's 4-star because he's a little bit tougher to hit than Usman, but still, he sometimes gets hit. He doesn't, you know, get the right angles at the right times, this type of thing. So that's why he's 4-star. Now, in terms of grappling, Usman's a 5-star on the offensive part, elite wrestling, you know, very good, very heavy from top, great control. Dhiego, very good wrestler, great control, great BJJ. But I would give an extra edge for Usman because of the wrestling. On the defense part, wrestling Usman has the wrestling defense, but not much grappling, whereas Dhiego has an elite, very good takedown defense and an elite game from his back. That's why he's 5-star here. All right. In terms of consistency, game plan, heart, both of these guys are really tough. I'm giving Dhiego 4-star here because I don't think he has much the size and the strength for the welterweight division. He's not a small guy, don't get me wrong, but if you're gonna compare his strength and his size to Kamaru Usman, he has a small disadvantage, so that's why he's getting 4-star here. All right. So Usman has to use the jabs, the straight punches, you know, control the range, use his superior size and strength using the clinch, and I would like to see Usman, you know, pace himself on the first and on the second. That's when Dhiego is very dangerous, and pick up the pace from the third. Whereas Burns has, you know, to get inside, has to frustrate him. I would like to see lots of calf kicks. I am almost sure that he's gonna bring this game plan here, so I'm curious to see how Usman gonna deal with that. I think he's gonna be checking those, but if he doesn't, there's a good chance that Usman gonna lose the fight just because of the calf kicks, guys. And has also to use lots of angles, has to use his superior striking abilities, you know. He doesn't have the range, but he's gonna have to use lots of techniques to match a guy like Usman, and put pressure, you know, use his athleticism, blitz, you know, go ugly. And if Usman gives the opening, I would like to see Dhiego trying to take Usman down, because from the top, from the BJJ side, this guy is elite. All right, but still, I think Usman is the one that's gonna win the fight. I'm picking Usman by decision. These would be the prop bets that I would take, and these are the comments that you guys can pause here and read, that I think it's worth your time. All right, so guys, I'll be wrapping this up. I'll be commenting here again the bets that I'm making, and like I said in the beginning, I don't think this card has yet finalized the lineup, so I'll bring more videos, or at least I'll drop the comments for you guys in the comment section, so you guys can see any other fight that I'm betting, and you guys can leverage that too. All right. So Gillian Robertson, I'm giving 4% of my money on Gillian. I am quite confident on her, like you guys saw in the breakdown. I'm betting Kelvin Gastelum. I'm gonna switch to 1%. You know, I think it was pretty poor, 0.5% only. So I'm gonna be, you know, putting 1% of my money on Kelvin. Then Maycee Barber, I got her early. I put her 2.5% of my money. I think it's a good bet from Barber. It's not that too confident. That's why I'm not putting too much money, but still. And Polyana Viana, I think she's the best bet on this card. I'm putting 6.5% of my money, so it's a big bet from my side. And Rodolfo Vieira, I also like him quite a lot. I'm putting 1.5% of my money on him as a parlay. And the reason is there is not too much return on this. If line would climb to minus 250 or something, I would definitely increase this. All right. And guys, in terms of results, so far at this point I have only UFC on ABC 1, okay, because like I said, I'm doing the early upload here. So for that card, so many fights got cancelled. I think I bet nearly 20% of my money. At the end came to nearly only 4.5%, but the return that I got was 6.58, so this was the profit. And in terms of the percentage wise, were 46%. That's what I'm showing here on the charts, and this is how I did in 2020 and this in 2021. All right, guys, again, appreciate your times with me here. It was nearly 40 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdowns. I did my best here to bring this as early as possible so you guys can take the best lines, make your bets if you agree with me, and maximize your profit, or at least, you know, avoid some losses that could happen. And again, I have now a PayPal account. I have my Patreon, so feel free to, you know, support me there to help to keep the channel running, help me keep myself motivated. And I also have the VIP list. Drop me an email on the same email as the PayPal account. Drop me a message on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to chat with you guys. All right. So if not, just subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and until next time, this is Rodolfo Vieira, bringing the best, most consistent, and transparent betting strategy for you.